Hey YouTube, I'm back with another freestyle video, unscripted, just picking these subjects and talking to you about how I feel about it and what I know about it. I want to talk to you right now about leadership. This is one of the biggest points that you're going to have to master if you want to get into a successful position in order for you to take on responsibility. I mean, leadership is the fundamental skill for taking on that responsibility. And I feel like it's usually what is standing in the way of an employee's ability to move up higher or faster, assuming that's what they want. You know, they don't want to be the average guy. They want to move up. They want to attain a higher position, get paid more money for their knowledge, experience, and skill in the industry that they've chosen. You know, they are trying to provide value so that they can get an income to support their life, their lifestyle, their dreams and goals. So your employer provides you with the vehicle to do that, and not all those situations are the same. You could have good business owners, bad ones, but until you understand business, I wouldn't judge your structure or where things are at if you've never been in that seat. But it's definitely good to have discussions on those things. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that have gripes with owners, business owners, with how they manage and run the business. And I'm here to tell you that 9 times out of 10, the problem is the people that work there are not taking it upon themselves to be leaders. We need leadership. That is what is needed in the workforce industry. We need leaders. So I have the unique experience of being part of a commercial earthwork construction company, as well as some other things, mining, what have you. But it's very important that you have a leader for these projects. They are high dollar amount an hour. They're done by contract, so time is of the essence. You know, the more efficiently you do the job, the higher percentage return you're going to get. And on the other hand, if you do not do it efficiently, then you could lose money. There is risk. So leadership out on these projects, who's managing the project, who is the direct supervisor to the individuals trying to make this project happen, is very critical. You've got to have a leader. They've got to be competent. They've got to know the skills, the methods, the strategies, how to manage the risk. I mean, mistakes in this could cost thousands of dollars. There's no room to be making errors. You know, you're going to make errors, but you've got to catch yourself. You've got to be on top of it. You have to be competent. So I know quite a bit about leadership. I've been a leader. I've been a foreman, project manager, looked at, being at the head of a company. So, providing safety training, on and on. So what I want everybody to understand is if you're going to be successful, I believe you need to assume a leadership role, or your best chance at gaining success is to take on a leadership role, whether it's for a business or for yourself. If you want to be a business owner and the leader of yourself, or just you're a leader because you made good investments and now you get paid, to live. So what disappoints me in my industry right now is we have a group that had formed a program called a supervisory training program, and that was great. I went through the program. I did 6 units. It's fairly expensive for the company to send me. I took away a lot of knowledge. I got to sit in groups with other contractors of people trying to get into the supervisory roles and their issues and problems, but most of all, I talked about the fundamentals of supervision. One part of that is leadership. You need to be a leader, and not, you got to be a good leader. If you're going to lead and direct, you need to be able to show people, in my opinion, that you are a player. Like, you would get in that trench and do that job and really, show you how it's done. Like, they are not speaking to you about something they don't know about. But that being said, at a company meeting one time, I made some statements about leadership, and to which someone said, not everyone can be a leader. And I felt like that was a bad message to send. I feel like everyone can be a leader. There's different levels of leadership. But if you're a part of a company, they have a structure. They have a structure. The better they are, the better structure they have for dealing with day-to-day activities. If you're coming into a new company, you need to learn that structure. You need to learn who is in charge of you. You need to learn who is in charge of them. You need to understand the disciplinary action that could arise from certain things, but the bigger thing, why those things exist, and that there's probably problems that have occurred that have made those things come into existence. And most of all, you need to understand the vision of the company. What are they trying to achieve? What is the company mission? What values do they have in the marketplace that people, choose them because of those values? You need to embody those values because you are a representative of that company. So, the first steps is just leading by example. You are setting the bar for what is possible in your role. You are setting the bar of what someone in your role can do. And once you have mastered and become really efficient, very organized, you can plan activities, you are a strategist. You are strategizing, you are minimizing your risks, you are maximizing the value you're providing by doing things in the most efficient manner possible. And then it's time for you to train. Your role then becomes, let me train people to do what I do. And this is where people a lot of times get hitched up, because they're like, wait a minute, why am I going to train this guy to know how to do my job? Then he's going to be as good as me at my job, and my value is going to go down. Well, that is absolutely incorrect. I can see how someone would think that and come to that conclusion, but it's actually not accurate. The person that manages you are going to see that you can train employees to function as they expect in their role. You just display something that they would normally have to do and be hands-on and involved in. You need to be the leader in that way. You need to say, hey man, you can't be doing that right there. That's against the company's policy. Like, we are following these rules. We are representing this company, and we understand where this company wants to go and what they're trying to be in the marketplace, and our job is to sell that. We are their face, we are their representatives. And I'm going to teach you how to be efficient at this job so that you can move up the ladder as soon as you can, because it's better for everyone. We want to grow. We want to grow the company. You don't always want to grow the company, not every business, but if you are trying to be as successful as you can be, if you're trying to build something, you need to get aligned with a business that wants to experience growth, because that is where you're going to find the most opportunity. The most opportunity. If all there is left, they don't want to get any bigger, then all you can do is get more efficient. There's not more management roles getting brought into creation from the process, from the business process. They are just trying to work and manage what they have But if you want to grow, if you can set the expectations in a managed, structured way so that people can replicate, take on the roles as they're in, and clearly explain to them what the expectations are. And all of these things, experience does take time, but it's going to take longer if you don't get your frame of mind wrapped around what it's going to take to get, what the goal is, what you're supposed to be doing, how to advance as rapidly as is possible. You need to commit. You need to commit to it, you need to think about it, and you need to do it with experience and build the history of action. Build the history of action. Make sure people understand you need to be going to them, asking questions, and saying, hey, criticize my work. Tell me, how can I get better? How can I get better at my job? Help me grow. That is your responsibility. A lot of people will sit back and say, well, I can't get anywhere because none of the managers will help me. They're not telling me what I need to know. Like, look, dude, you need to go to the manager and be like, hey, I want to learn about this. Like, what is step one? What can I do for you? And if you go and make that step to your manager right now, your current position, if you are trying to move to a different position, then you better be doing your job right now as efficiently as possible and being a leader in that position. Because when the time comes and growth is set to happen, you need to be able to train the next you. That is the key to all of it. That is the key to your growth. You need to be a leader, be able to teach and explain what it is that makes you good at what you do, communicate that to, what would you call that, a mentee? You need to be the mentor. You need to teach these people that come in new to the company how to succeed there. And that is your responsibility if you want to be a leader, if you want to progress and move up. So leadership is a key role, and there has to be someone who's accountable, someone who's in control, someone who understands the situations, someone who is making a war plan. The war plan. You need to have a plan, a strategy to make things efficient. You have to. If you don't plan ahead, you're going to stumble through what you're doing. You need to have a plan and an expectation, and set goals and limits, time frames on yourself, and make the systems make sense to you. Understand why. Understand what the game is. That, to me, so leadership, key role. Once you get to leadership, you want to continue that, but never forget that you will not be respected. You need to earn respect as a leader. That means you need to be setting the bar. You need to be like, let's take the most basic thing possible. Lunch breaks, regular breaks, your 9 o'clock break or whatever. You need to be taking the break not 5 minutes before it's break time, unless you're going to end it 5 minutes early. Like, you need to be respecting the break rules of the company. If you are going to lunch, it's not 11:30 to 12:05, or it's been 30 minutes, but I just want to sit here for a few more minutes because I am exhausted, because I'm not in shape and not prepared for what I'm doing right now. You need to be the first one out. You need to be out a little bit early. You need to be setting the bar. You need to be saying, hey guys, you can follow the rules. Look, I exceed the rules. That is excellence. I exceed the rules. I am in control of what's happening right now. And I'm not here to be an asshole to you. That's key. Like, you cannot demean and degrade the people that work for you. You are a leader. You are there to help them be successful, which means you need to do the things that you said. You need to try your best. to set the example. That is leadership, and that is key to growth.